Welcome back, guys. Now, in the last episode, episode 25, I built this thing, and I thought I'd come up with some new, innovative ideas and whatever. Apparently, all of this stuff is very well known about, like on the Klei forums, and some people got very upset, and it all got very abusive. So I've taken down that video, and I'm gonna wrap up this series. Just in case anybody's interested, I measured this, and it's producing over 300 kilograms of liquid oxygen per day. The logical next step was to take the liquid oxygen and put it into a new cooling system using the liquid oxygen as a coolant, because if we go to plumbing, liquid pipes, you can make liquid pipes out of wolframite. So that would have been very cool, and I actually mocked up a little prototype, and it works really well. I was going to set up a big liquid oxygen tank, store away a load of liquid oxygen, and then use liquid oxygen in the cooling systems for various things. And then I was going to get some hot water from the geyser, so stop cooling that area, take some hot water, and then do the same thing with using hot water to heat up any areas that needed to be heated up. And then I started looking at these ladders. Now, the ladders need to be 4 apart in order to reach everything in between. So if you're building a base and you want different heights between your floors and things, then I was going to do a whole video like on the rule of 4, and creating floors that worked off that basis. And anyway, moving on. That's kind of irrelevant. And then I was thinking about, well, okay, so I'd need to redo the base and everything. And I was thinking, because like this thing's 4 wide, and I was thinking of like working some stuff off that. And then I started messing around with that idea, and I had this idea for doing like a grand hall, because like everything I've done kind of in the series so far has all been about being practical, and I wanted to kind of do something silly and nonsensical, just like decorative. And I thought, well, like, what about if we, like, instead of having this here, because this is kind of redundant now, what about if we did like a grand hall with a big water feature? That could be kind of fun. So I started messing around with that idea. Sorry, bad throat. I started mocking up this idea, which would be like a couple of like a statue on top of a bit of a pyramid with liquid being dripped. So to create a fountain, and it started off small, and then I was like, well, no, what about if we had 2, and then, well, what about if we had just like some blocks in between and water just cascading over them? And I did a little mock-up over here. And if I set this running, for some reason the effect, the water cascade effect stops when you push. Oh, hang on a second. Yeah, this is pumping. Oh, here we go. It's running now. It'll take. Come on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's the cascade effect. So if you imagine that kind of cascade effect, right, on this, so it'd be cascading off all of these steps. It'd be cascading off the edge of here, and off the edge of here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, all the way down. And then putting a couple of layers of mesh tiles, and then just put a pumping thing in to just circulate the water. And then I thought, well, hang on a second. If you wanted to, what you could do is you could actually make this practical by putting in a cooling system. So run some pipes through these tiles, like round the edges of these tiles, and then you could cascade the water over these and cool the water down. Should be kind of cool. And then I thought, well, the other thing that you could do to make this look, because I was thinking, like, how could you decorate this and whatever? And I thought, well, hang on a second, like, mix a bit of practicality and aesthetics. You could grab the flower vases don't work because when they're covered in water, they get stifled and they don't look good. But what you could use, if we go to oxygen, is some algae terrariums. And I thought, well, hang on a second, like if you put like some algae terrariums, say on like every other one, like that kind of thing, and you could even put some algae terrariums on here if you wanted to. I thought, yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, I missed one. I missed that one. That could be like really cool. And hence the algae terrariums sitting over here. And of course, this waters the algae terrariums. And if you had it at the bottom of the base, then it deals with any water that's collecting. And then that led me on to thinking about CO2 collection. And obviously I've got the base set up where it's sloping down on each side, which is actually not what you want. For CO2 collection, what we'd actually want to do is have the tiles for the rest of the base get like going up, so that the CO2 from both sides gets collected down here. And this this row of insulated tiles, what I was going to do was create like, this would be the grand hall, and then I was going to seal like the whole thing off, like all the way across the map with the with abyssalite, well, not necessarily abyssalite tiles, but insulated tiles, and then have a whole like sub basement thing. But primarily this, and then have like power generation, so coal generators off to the side, so the CO2 like comes down and gets collected here and gets processed, and probably put a couple of air scrubbers in and stuff like that. But of course, you want this sloping down for the CO2 collection, right? But for hydrogen collection, you actually want things. Where's all my hydrogen gone? All my hydrogen's disappeared. Oh, because I opened this. Because I was doing some exploring around the map. Oh, I'll just show you. I found up here, because I was having a bit of an explore up here, and found another couple of geysers up here, which would have been very cool. And I was then thinking about like sealing off this whole area and having a massive water tank in the area. Anyway, moving on. I'm digressing. Yeah, so yeah, hydrogen obviously collects at the top. So then what I was thinking was to have like maybe put the grand hall, this water featurey thing, like in the middle, and I don't know, maybe have this like in the center, like down here somewhere, right? And then have this great hall around it, and then have the floors above this big grand hall coming down like this, and then have the floors probably, I probably have to create some levels below, but have the floors above stepping up till eventually they meet, and you have so, and I thought that'd be quite cool. Anyway, so I just wanted to, before I wrap things up, I just wanted to tell you about those ideas, because I think that would have been quite cool. Anyway, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I must admit, I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed getting to know my little dupes and all the adventures that they've had, and I'm going to miss my hatches. Unfortunately, I actually am going to miss my little hatches. I've become quite attached to them. So, so yeah, there you go. I'm going to go and play something less controversial. I will catch you for something else. Peace out, guys.